Hi, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Hey, guys.
Oh. You didn't do the signal. I was paying attention to a cat.
Yeah, you were paying attention. I went, yeah, go for it. And then you did it like...
I saw a cat.
You did it at like 10 seconds. So oh, alright.
I was playing with a cat. I had a beard open.
Anyway, this is Struggle City's little extra thing we do.
It's the Struggle City side street.
Kind
Coffee at the matinee.
Sort of.
Get it down right, motherfucker.
I thought it was just coffee at the matinee.
Branding's important.
Yeah, I'm not disagree.
Yeah.
I'm not dissident.
Ooh.
We did catch a stroke on mic.
Yep.
But yeah, this time we're gonna talk about Jordan Peele's Us, his second movie.
Which we saw on the same day, oddly enough.
Yeah, didn't plan that.
Nope.
At all.
But different times, even, probably.
Yeah. When did you go? Evening?
Yeah, I think I caught like a 7 o'clock show.
Oh, you were like coming in as we were leaving.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Because I went with a group of people. It was funny. We would have run into each other.
Interesting.
You didn't go to the Chamonix, did you?
I did.
Oh.
Where else would I go?
I don't know.
I wouldn't go anywhere else.
You could have.
The Chamonix is like the only good AMC.
It's like the only AMC. I don't know, Woodhaven. I've never been to that one, though.
Woodhaven's okay, but it's small.
Yeah. I went because it was $5 Tuesday.
Hey, that's the best time to go.
Anyway.
Alright. So yeah.
Spoilers or no? Probably no.
No, we're gonna do spoilers this time. It's kind of hard not to, you know?
Well, no, because what's to spoil, really? It's everything's laid out in, like, the trailer and all the previews. There's no mystery left in movies anymore.
I guess the ending is kind of a spoiler.
Not if you've seen the trailer and all that. Even if you've seen the first 5 minutes of the movie, you know, like, the big twist.
That would involve you going to see the movie.
Then go see the fucking movie. Go see the movie because it's good. Don't go see Dumbo.
So essentially, spoiler.
Don't go see Shazam or Captain Marvel. Stop with the superhero shit. Go see a movie that somebody actually tried.
I heard Shazam is actually pretty good.
My sister saw Shazam early because I think the Amazon does like early screenings.
Yeah.
And she loved it.
Yeah, I hear DC finally did something right.
I mean, I laughed my ass off at Aquaman, so I guess they did something right with that.
They might actually be on a roll. Maybe that's our next movie after Pet Sematary.
I enjoyed Aquaman far more than I enjoyed Black Panther.
For different reasons, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Because you're going into one knowing it is a joke, and the other one's like, okay, this is a company that does take it semi-seriously. Mm-hmm. And has created some good movies. Mm. And you figure out which one I'm talking about.
The one. Well, no, I can give you a top 5, but that's not the point.
Martha.
Ooh, quick tangent. Yeah. So the whole thing with Zack Snyder talking about how Batman kills people.
Yeah.
He also put out a whole other thing about how he had the idea to make Batman and Superman stepbrothers. Yeah. So when Thomas and Martha Wayne were shot, Thomas dies, but Martha gets put into witness protection. She ends up in Smallville. And, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Wouldn't that have been fucking wild?
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Where Batman and Superman would have been stepbrothers, but they didn't know it. Huh. I would have been super fine with that. Because it's dumb enough to work for a comic book movie.
And there was a lot of work behind it, opposed to both of them sharing a mother with the same kid.
Yeah, which
that was a little
weird.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was a little bit much for me. I've never audibly laughed like that hard in a movie theater at a Superman movie.
Oh, I have.
Like, that just caught me so off guard.
I have so much.
Sometimes I'll just let it, like, roll over. I'm like, okay, whatever. But
yeah.
That Martha comment was just...
Would you say that name?
It was too much.
In a movie that was already too much.
Anyway, after that tangent on top of a tangent.
Yeah.
Tangent squared, if you will. Man the trig. We'll talk about Us.
We have to talk about Us, Dave.
I know there's a lot. There's a lot between us, Casey. a computer, a microphone, a Guinness.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Jordan Peele and his second movie to be released.
Ooh, hanging out.
Yeah. So initial thoughts. What you think?
I liked it a lot. It's not perfect, but it's got some really great ideas. Very interesting execution. And I liked how I've been thinking about this movie a lot for the last week.
Yeah.
Just putting together a lot of the little bits here and there, little tidbits here and there, and listening and reading some other reviews and seeing what they had to say.
Yeah, that's what Abby and I have been doing as well.
Mm.
A lot of things you've missed, and videos like that, and you're like, oh, all right. And even watching those videos, you're still like, okay, I still need to look something up to make something else make sense.
I wanted to see it the second time to kind of fit in line with the idea of duality and doppelgangers, but I had other shit to do.
I mean, when it comes out, we'll obviously give it another look at.
Oh yeah, oh god, yeah.
I still need to see Get Out as well.
I really liked Get Out. That has a lot of rewatchability.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
Yeah,
just once.
It's worth it. It's really worth it. Everybody does an awesome job in it.
Yeah. So let's just jump right into it. How about that twist at the end? If you want to call it a twist.
It's not a twist.
We'll just call it a twist.
There's more twists in a bag of Twizzlers. That was not a twist.
Yes. For all intents and purposes here, it was intended to be a twist.
Right.
I felt it didn't matter. It felt like there was no gravitas.
They overshared.
Yes.
In the execution, you could have just stopped at Lupita Nyong'o's character getting grabbed by the doppelganger and ended it there. You didn't need to show her being dragged through the underground shopping mall, or whatever it was, and then sitting in front of the clone as she's putting on her T-shirt. We got the gist. We understood what happened.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it kind of feels like there was another hand in the making of the movie, kind of in case the audience doesn't get it, you need to do this.
You need to beat him over the head with this a little bit.
Yeah. Which is weird, because Get Out didn't really have wasted moments like that.
Yeah. It felt like it fell flat, almost.
Yes.
You called it when you saw it. You're like, oh, obviously they switched places 5 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
I feel, one reviewer I watched with Addie, I don't remember who it was, but they brought up a good point where if they had extended that shot just a little bit more and made it seem like a chase and then cut it, another 2 seconds, she ran away and then it got cut and then the scene cut, maybe it would have been a little bit more ambiguous.
No. Well, what, being chased through the Hall of Mirrors?
Yeah,
so you're still not sure what's going on?
Yeah. It's still implied that she might have been taken.
That would have been interesting. Not. Yeah, that would have been a little bit smarter to do.
Yeah, I just felt like it was so obvious. It was so easy.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. But even going in with knowing that twist was going to happen, it didn't detract. No. I still enjoyed it pretty much all throughout.
Yeah, you kind of forgot about it after a little bit.
Oh yeah.
He throws so much at you that you kind of just forward with information.
Yeah, maybe my only real complaint is that this film requires a heavy suspension of disbelief.
Yeah. Because
if you think too much about why the doppelgangers are there, who made them, why they all have clothes.
Yeah.
If you think too much about that, then it ruins everything. Yeah. And you just enjoy it.
Yeah,
just enjoy the ridiculous sci-fi-ness.
It honestly, it's kind of topical now because tonight, I guess to date, this recording, April 1st, is the release of The Twilight Zone, hosted by Jordan Peele.
Yeah, which the first episode is on YouTube in its entirety.
Exactly. So, go look it up.
What a fucking cock tease that is.
You know.
Watch this first episode and then pay for a shitty service.
Yeah. But the entirety of the movie, anyway. Love you, YouTube. You're great. Thank you.
Not YouTube, CBS.
Oh yeah, I know, but I'm just bowing down to our YouTube.
YouTube has its own issues.
At least it's free for the most part. You pay with your soul.
It's not the freedom that YouTube has its issues with.
It's everything else. But if you go into it thinking it's an extended episode of The Twilight Zone,
it was actually based on one.
Yeah, and if you go into it with that kind of preset mind, mindset, then it makes more sense and you feel a little bit more comfortable while watching it. I think.
I just didn't worry about it.
Yeah, well, that too.
Yeah, I'm sitting in the car. I'm talking with my friend as we're driving back to her house, and we keep bringing up that point of why are they all there? Where did they come from? And then we both just kind of came to the realization that we just need to not do that.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's no need. Some things, like you can nitpick about. Other things, there's no need to nitpick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my entire question afterwards was, did the twist matter? Did it matter that they switched places? I mean, after a lot of thought, I kind of figured it kind of does, because one of the overarching themes was class separation.
Yeah.
And by her rising up to the top by stepping on the head of another was a huge theme.
Oh yeah.
And a huge thing throughout the entire
class
film.
Was all throughout.
Yeah.
Tim Heidecker and I forgot he was in it, and then he showed up and oh, this is great.
Who was he?
He was the friend of the family.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, with the real fancy house and twins.
Oh yeah, basically caricature of the upper class.
Yes.
It's great.
And his wife was Elizabeth Moss, who was just fantastic.
Yeah.
She always is.
God, it's a great film.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated how much discussion it produced.
So what other themes other than social class gap do you think was brought up through this film?
Duality. Just lots of duality, and I don't want to say repetition, but the idea of repetition in itself is the idea of the doppelganger. So that was definitely a big thing. Because
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, shit. I got derailed.
Sorry.
You
I was gonna bring up our favorite author, Stein. Commenting on the mundane and everyday
roses.
Yeah.
A little bit. It wasn't even that it was there was anything mundane about it.
No.
Because my mind just keeps going to the ridiculousness of it all. Especially during the scene in the underground where you see them recreating the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And then you look into the rooms and there's people reenacting the rides.
Which only brings up more questions.
I didn't... No, it doesn't. That was fine.
I'd love to see
the direction
what it looks like when somebody is going to the bathroom.
I imagine it's the same.
But is there an underground bathroom?
Probably.
I'd hope.
I wouldn't... Well, I don't know if it'd be a bathroom per se. I feel like it's just a hole in the ground.
I mean, they didn't have, recreate a Ferris wheel or anything like that.
Well, I'm also thinking of Lupita Nyong'o talking about having to give herself the C-section.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking if they don't even have, anything for that, what are the chances that they have toiletries?
This raises the question again. Why did she have to give herself the C-section if there was a doppelganger of the Doctor?
But would would the Doctor Ganger have that knowledge?
Not necessarily, but he would have a knife in his hand.
But would he have the knowledge of how to use the knife?
No, which would make the entire situation even worse.
There you go.
So what does she do? Just rip the knife out of his hand?
No, she used scissors. She used the scissors.
But but then that kind of messes with the duality thing and the doppelganger, because if the doctor isn't performing or attempting to perform,
this is one of those things you can't obsess about. It's a rabbit hole.
And that's
because every little thing you could try and nitpick and tear apart. Because my friend brought up the idea of, since Lupita Nyong'o in the family was the doppelganger, how was it her pregnancy that inspired the underground one, or vice versa? Because it was supposed to have been like one inspired the other, or like influenced.
Yeah.
So it's like the tunnel goes both ways, or is it only supposed to go one way? Or so there's too many things to try and dissect.
I feel like that's the only person that is okay to dissect, because she's the main character.
Yeah.
So I wasn't it when they were doing the ballet, she finally realized that she was now in control.
Yeah.
So that was like the moment a switch,
or even like a severing.
Yeah.
I think more of a severing, because they were pretty autonomous at that point.
Then
I feel like there was a bit of autonomy there.
Yeah, because after the dance is kind of like when she started plotting and used the Hands Across America.
Which was
I loved it.
One of the funniest things, but it was great. Like, how fucking effective.
It was more effective than the actual humans doing it. It's great. Because there was still gaps, right?
Yeah. There were huge gaps. Of course, the idea of mob mentality occurs. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hands Across America, as soon as I realized what was happening, I just started laughing.
It was...
Not out of like, oh, this is funny, but like, Jesus Christ, this is brilliant.
Off that subject a little bit, kind of back to the idea that jumping down the rabbit hole, you know.
Oh yeah, Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland, looking through a looking glass.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. But the idea, maybe that the details don't matter.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what he was trying to convey by not thinking through everything.
Right.
And he was like, it doesn't matter. Like, don't look here. This doesn't matter. Look over here. Which is kind of like a magic trick on this, which goes back
like
to
the little kid
rabbit and the little kid, and it's like illusion, and this is what's really going on.
So, performances. This movie had some like the best performances I've seen from a cast.
Yes.
With the exception of the dad.
Yeah.
I didn't like him. And for some reason, like some parts, I felt like he was trying too hard.
I think he might have been written that way.
No, he was absolutely written that way. But, like, something about his character and his performance just wasn't clicking for me. And as I'm driving home with my friend, and she finally says, I think it was because he was just acting so white.
That's totally it.
Yeah.
100%. Because he was trying to keep up.
Because he was trying to match Tim Heidecker.
Yeah. He was trying to keep up.
Yeah.
And that's why he got the crappy boat that ended up saving the day. Oh my god! All right, when that boat was turning left, and he was in the water with his doppelganger, I about spit my drink out because I was laughing so damn hard. I'm like, oh my god, it turns left.
Yep. Yes, it does.
It was the best part. And then, like 2 seconds later, he realized it too, and that face he gave, priceless.
It was great. Like, not to say he didn't do a great job, but just like something about his character and the performance didn't click.
It didn't feel right, which...
Until she said, like, oh, because he was acting, like, super white.
Yeah.
And I stopped the car, I'm like, shit, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, that... Just another
layer. Like succinctly enough, that's it.
Yeah. And that's, like, the race aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
That Jordan Peele probably wrote in there.
Oh, yeah.
And without going right into it like he did with Get Out, he was just like, I'm not going to touch on that whole...
But it's there.
But it's definitely there.
And this is something I keep wanting to look up, but apparently there's some homage to an 80s slasher film.
Really?
Or like some kind of 80s horror film. And for a second, I thought it was the name of the town. Because I thought it was the same town as Lost Boys, but it's two different towns. So I was a little bummed about that because I thought that would have been great because that's super subtle. Who's seen the Lost Boys?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And I'd like, speaking of like references and homages, I'd like to see the list of the 10 like books and movies and TV shows that he gave to the actors and actresses to watch and read up on prior to performing their roles.
Oh, he did something like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
he specifically pulled out 10 things, and he gave it to all of them. It was just like, what?
They all got the same 10 items?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
And they were like, here, watch this, read this, because it's what this movie is going to be heavily based on.
Okay. Well, it's funny because it's funny you say something like that, but so you know that opening shot where it zooms in on the TV?
Yeah.
And it's got the video rack in front of it?
Yeah, and the VHSs.
One of the VHSs was the movie Chud.
Yes.
Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers, which funnly enough, kind of is the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he just ate everything right in front of you immediately.
But also in that same opening shot, like, there's like too much information, I thought.
Yeah. Like, you have the ad going on
the
entire time.
I'm fine with the ad. I'm fine with the ad of Hands Across America. I'm fine with the news broadcast because those two things set up place and time.
Yes.
And then it cuts to the little subtitle of the town and the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is almost unnecessary.
It's very unnecessary, but if that's like the idea of duplication, repetition, if that's what he's going for,
maybe.
Yeah. Because I think it even says 1986 in the Hands Across America ad.
Yeah, it's set on the ad, it's on the T-shirt,
yeah.
It's everywhere. 1986.
Right. So we don't need that information again.
No.
It's fine because
fuck
knows there's idiots in the theater. But
yeah, to be honest, I didn't pick up on where it was at right away.
No.
So I was like, where? All right. It's West Coast. I can tell that.
I just do my best to try and drink in every little detail that pops up.
Yeah.
Pay attention to everything in the background, everything in the foreground.
I need to see it again because the two families next to us were less than ideal.
See, so for the theater that, because I went with Matt and Jenny.
Yeah.
And the theater we were in. I don't know how to say this properly. It was a very loud theater.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. And, okay, so I'm fucking cursed. Because there was a baby in this theater.
Why would you bring your baby to see pretty much a horror movie?
This is a baby. Like, we're not forming words. Wah, baby.
Infant.
Yes.
My God.
So I have a bad track record with this. The first two times, well, not the first two, the only two times I saw the new It in theaters, babies, both times. One was like toddler-ish. The second time, the lady just had it in the fucking parking lot and brought it into the movie. And this was all at the same theater, mind you.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would you bring a child that small to go see an absolutely terrifying movie?
No.
Because
it was not terrible.
But it
right.
itself was
Killer
absolutely
Clown.
Terrifying.
Killer Clown.
Movie fantastic. It himself terrifying.
I wouldn't say fantastic.
Recently. there have been better. But, I mean, for a King remake, it knocked it out of the park.
It had promise, which was squandered, because it changed directors.
Oh, it did?
It did.
Oh.
The original director for the It remake was Cary Joji Fukunaga.
Oh.
Fukunaga? Yeah. So he did the entire first run of True Detective.
Okay.
And he did the most recent Jane Eyre with Michael Fassbender and Mia Wasikowska. Yeah.
Huh.
Both beautifully shot, beautifully done. And you can see echoes of his ideas in this new one, but yeah. It's not as great as it could have been.
All things considering, still a pretty solid movie.
Oh yeah, I enjoy watching it. There's no kitty gangbang like in the book, but what can you do?
I don't think they would let that one slide.
You sure?
They barely let BDSM slide through 50 Shades of Grey.
You have not seen Climax then.
Well, that's one movie. And a few others that I know you're willing to admit, but I don't know if they ever got a theater run.
Which ones?
What's his face? The one that you're so proud of. Greasy Strangler.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that got a theatrical release. I wish it did.
I don't think it did. Not in the savory kind of way.
It's so good.
Maybe some of the ones off on, Struggle City side streets.
I still need to make y'all watch that TV show.
The one on Adult Swim.
Tropical Cocktails? Yeah, so good. What madness. Anyway.
Back to us.
There's lots of side streets.
So, out of 10, what would you give it?
I'm still like hard between a 6 and a 7.
I'm like,
because there's like some stylistic choices that I agree with. There's some narrative choices I don't agree with.
Yeah.
But I absolutely enjoyed it, and it's absolutely a pretty great movie. Because as ambitious as he is, and as as sloppy as some of the execution is, it's still a great movie.
It still stands on its own very well.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
And there's definitely rewatchability there.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not reliant on jump scares. A lot of the mood and the atmosphere is just through sheer uncomfortableness and almost legitimate terror.
What I noticed during my first viewing, my only viewing, it almost felt like a comedy.
Yeah.
Like how it was shot.
Gosh, yeah.
And I was like, well, this is Jordan Peele, so that makes sense. He's very...
Well, some of those opening shots are super great, especially when they get to the beach and she's looking for her son.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Oh yeah, that whole bit's great.
That reminds me. When they're walking onto the beach.
Oh yeah, that overhead shot?
The overhead shot where she's off to the side and the rest of her family's... I was like, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, that's great, and I love that shot. Definitely background material, like on my computer. It was a good shot.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Like,
pretty colors.
There's a lot of interesting cinematography happening.
Yeah.
It just, especially with when the little kid dispatches with his doppelganger.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was great.
So good.
It reminded me of the monks that set themselves on fire.
Oh, I was thinking like Wicker Man.
From that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the good one, not Nicolas Cage and the Bees.
Your boy Nicky Cage. But we could go on ever about this movie, and we'll definitely have to bring it up again in like one of our podcasts.
Yeah.
And cover some more points because I
think Miss was gonna go see it, but I don't know if she did.
We'll tell her to do it because we'll have a podcast about it.
Yeah.
Just strictly, we'll have a Jordan Peele podcast. We'll call it a Peelecast.
What about Key? When's Key gonna get his moment?
He had his moment in Keanu.
I didn't see that.
And neither did I. I only heard about it, and I knew there was a kitty cafe down on South Street. Yeah.
Okay.
They took over an entire internet cafe on South Street for Keanu, which I thought was great.
Yeah. I mean, the premise seems solid enough, but
it's also Key and Peele.
Not for 90 minutes.
No.
Not for 90 fucking minutes.
I ain't paying for 90 minutes of that. But I'm pretty solid on a 7.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it.
You coward doing points.
I didn't think it was deserving of an 8.
5s.
I didn't think it was deserving of an 8, but it definitely wasn't just a solid 7. It was like teetering in between for me.
Yeah, I can't give it a point anything. It's either one or the other. Which I feel like a second viewing would probably help. But there's too much coming out in April to do.
True. So you'll be seeing a lot more Coffee at the Matinee.
Yeah. I think next will probably be Pet Sematary.
Oh, definitely.
And then after that, Hellboy.
Hellboy? That's not on my list.
It's on my list.
But I definitely will see it eventually, because I love Del Toro.
It's not Del Toro?
It isn't? He's not directing?
No.
Is he producing?
No.
He's not slated on it at all? What?
Yeah, this is Neil Marshall.
What?
Yeah. He didn't create the character, so he can step away.
I know, but I mean, like, it's like his thing.
Right, that's probably what's tripping me up the most, is that I'm so attached to Del Toro's version that I'm borderline not willing to give this one a chance, but I'm going to give it a chance because he's my favorite superhero.
He's pretty awesome.
Yeah. But it's Neil Marshall. He did The Descent,
okay.
which is a really great horror movie, and I remember correctly, he did Dog Soldiers as well.
Never even heard of that.
Which is a really awesome werewolf movie.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, hang on a second. I want to double check that.
Alright.
Yeah.
We'll go out on your double check.
Yeah, it is Neil Marshall. Yes.
Hey! Alright.
So yeah, both good movies. So he knows what he's doing with horror and with weird, wry humor.
Alright. Well, you have that to look forward to on our next time we sneak coffee into the matinee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Spotify, iTunes.
Mostly Spotify. That's available on Apple, Android. And, subscribe and like to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
This is where this is going to be. So
Constructive criticism, please.
Yeah. And if Richard Boone, if you're still out there, you haven't commented on anything recently. So I hope you're okay.
I think he died.
I hope not. I miss it.
He probably died.
Anyway, guys. Thanks for coming to the matinee with us. I hope you enjoyed your coffee. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.